Hi guys, so we're going to be talking about Degrassi season 13. I'm going to an Orioles game today, that's why I have this on. So again, when there are 40 episodes to a season, here's how I'm going to explain it. When there are 40 episodes to a season, it doesn't matter how early I start watching them because I'm at school all day Tuesday. I only have Wednesday and Thursday and like Monday to watch it, but Monday I'm usually filming other videos for Wednesday. So it's very hard for me to just sit down and watch 40 episodes. So I try to split it up and it still doesn't work. I got to about episode 12. So we're going to read the rest from on here, and I know how to split it up and everything. But I'll let you guys know. Season 14 is 28 episodes. That is doable. I can do that. As long as it's less than 40, I can do it, especially with next class being 10. I can do that in a day. So, anyway, let's jump into season 13. Bianca. Bianca shows up a little bit. Oh, before I forget, we're not doing the characters in the second part and the first part because nobody was graduating, so it's not like season 11 and 12. Anyway, let me keep going. Bianca. So Bianca, she was there for a little bit, and I love to see how grown up and mature she is. She's definitely matured and she's definitely grown up. Eli is just such a good person and so supportive of everybody, and I feel like people really take Eli for granted, like even the fans, because he's there for Claire through her whole thing. Like, how can you just not like Eli? Like, he's just there. Katie shows up in the very beginning, and it's very funny, the dynamic between her and Maya in the beginning. And Katie, like, you really see how good a sister she is, more so in those first season 13 episodes. Becky. I didn't have a problem with Becky. I actually start to like her as season 13 goes on, especially her friendship with Imogen. And I really like Becky, season 13. Luke. I don't like Luke. Like, fuck Luke. Like, he's disgusting. Allie. I love Allie. I love my girl Allie. She's just trying to live her life. She's trying to do her thing. Yeah, ignore the curtains. I forgot to say it's very windy today. Yeah, but Allie's just doing her thing. Love her. Mike Dallas. I like Dallas season 13. He's very caring, especially when it comes to Allie, and that's a very good trait to have, but obviously more on that in the relationships video. I love Dallas because he's really, really like just trying to be there for Allie and trying to help her. Connor. Connor's still so sweet. He's so sweet. Especially him and Jenna. Like, it's just, he's so sweet. Claire. My respect for Claire goes down a little bit this season. She's kind of going back to her self-righteous attitude a little bit, which I've come to hate from Claire. Jenna. Love Jenna. She's just like so positive, and she's just so happy. She's just trying to help her friends, and nobody's listening to her, and I feel so bad for Jenna. Imogen. I love Imogen because after the whole Adam thing, which I did not like Imogen for, after that all happened, I love Imogen. She's just her quirky self again. And her friendship with Becky, I can't go on and on enough about how that is so sweet. Adam. Adam didn't deserve to die. Adam didn't deserve to die. There was no reason why Adam died. It didn't make sense. And it's because, I don't want to say this, but Degrassi writers, other than Cam that was planned, and JT who wanted to leave, Degrassi writers tend to sometimes kill off characters if they don't have storylines for them anymore. And I feel like that was what they did with Adam. I mean, they did it in a texting and driving way, but like, why did Adam have to die? Like, one of the most important characters to showcase trans issues have to die. Like, he was literally a spokesperson for the trans community on this show. He was the one that was showcasing it. He was the one that was educating people about it. He was the one that was literally showing that there are trans people and what their likelihood on one side of the coin, you know, female to male, is like. I'm just always will be mad about that. Drew. I like Drew. Because after Adam dies, Drew really throws himself into school and really is proving to be a good president, and he's just trying to do what he needs to do. Dave, he barely shows up, honestly. They kind of black holed him this season, but when he does show up, I'm glad he was there for Adam's bonfire. Jack. Okay, all y'all know, I can't stand Jack. I can't stand her. I cannot stand Jack. She was just a placeholder character. I know that. She was just there so Imogen could have a romance. That is the only reason why in my head that Jack was there. I don't fuck with people like Jack. Like, she seemed cool, but she seemed like she was trying too hard to be cool. You know what I mean? Grace. I like Grace. I like her better the more we know about her. I like Grace right now. Yeah, for right now, I do like Grace, yeah. Allergies, guys, I'm telling you. Chewy. Okay, Winston Chew, but I love him. He's such a sweetheart, and I love him. Season 13. Miles Hollingsworth III. Need I say more? He's a douchebag. Then he kind of redeems himself. Then he's a douchebag again. He keeps going from douchebag to redeeming himself. And not even fully redeeming himself. He fully redeems himself in next class. That's when he fully redeems himself. Maya. My respect for her plummets a little. Because she keeps promising Tristan, I won't let a boy come between us. And then constantly lets Miles come between them. Tristan. I think my sister said this, and I agree with it. I think when Tristan died, his Harry killed some of his brain cells. Tristan is way too dramatic. Like, just like, I knew Tristan was dramatic, but he was never this dramatic. And also, Tristan was never an asshole before, and he's an asshole now to his best friend. Right. Zig. Zig is trash now. Like, literally, I do have something to say. I do think, well, it's later and I'll elaborate on it when I get there, but I feel like Zig wouldn't have turned out the way he did if Maya didn't abandon him all summer, basically. But anyway, yeah, don't like Zig. Zoe. Zoe's a complete bitch until what happens to her. And then Zoe is so grown. And then she makes a mistake in season 14. But she is so grown after that. And it is so amazing to see her grow and mature. And honestly, Team Zoe over here when that whole thing happened, because obviously Luke and Neil should fuck them, you know. But Frankie. She's kind of not really there unless Zoe's there. She gets more of a presence in season 14. But Frankie, I didn't really have a problem with her until at the trial. I was like, okay. Mr. Simpson, still a good principal. Still, especially when the whole thing happens and Becky reports it to him and he's like, I take this very seriously, and he calls the police. He's a good principal. Miss O. Miss O's still a good teacher. Like, especially with the songwriting and everything. She's so supportive of Maya's songs, and that's so sweet. Damon. Damon. He kind of shows up like once or twice, but season 14 is where the Damon stuff really comes to a head. Christy. Oh! Right, I thought that was season 14. The girl that Dallas is messing around with or whatever. I don't really care for her. Neil, obviously, like I said, fuck Neil. He's disgusting. Tiny. I love Tiny. Tiny's the better of the Bell brothers, and I love him. Hunter Hollingsworth. Shows up like a little bit, but I don't think he shows up like too much. No, because this isn't the Arlene season. So he doesn't show up too much. I don't really have an opinion. Keisha. I'm mad they got rid of Keisha. Keisha was a good squad member. But then, of course, if Keisha was there, Shay might not have been part of the squad. And I do like Shay, so, you know. Eden, the one that Drew went on that one date with. I feel like she really did compliment Drew's personality. But obviously Claire had to mess that up because Claire likes to mess things up when it doesn't benefit her sometimes. Rocky. He's so cute. Such a cutie. Leo. I hate Leo. I always did from the first moment she met him. He just kept shooting off red flags, and I'll explain that later. Paula. Am I the only one who didn't like Paula? I'm sorry. I didn't like her. Todd. I feel like he was trying to get with Becky. That's a douchebag move. Colton and Madison, cute little kids. Mr. Bandari and Mrs. Bandari, A+ parenting. Helen, she was good during the cancer storyline and, you know, everything that follows. I think, season 14 is where we see more of Helen. Audra and Omar, they're both there. They were really good parents, especially after Adam died. But I think the most amazing moment from Audra Torres is the no, do not make this about your brother. And the shock on Drew's face and just the way Audra, A+ Audra Torres. Mr. and Mrs. Hollingsworth. Mr. Hollingsworth is a mess. Mrs. Hollingsworth is also a mess by association. She's a little better, but not by much this season. Andrea, the campaign manager. Well, she's disgusting for having an affair with Mr. Hollingsworth. Mrs. Rivas. She is a Consuela. Or Constance. Consuela, that's what it is. She is very toxic at first, and then after what happens to Zoe, she becomes a good mom during the trial. Lenore. Only heard of her. I don't count the minis where she shows up because I hate those, but Lenore just kind of pisses me off, and just, I don't like her. Vince. So, Vince. What can we say about Vince? What haven't we already said about Vince? He's a horrible person. That's basically the long and short of it. Mr. Perino. A plus. Mr. Armstrong, A plus. Madame Dejo, A plus. Mr. Townsend, who's there for like the beginning, but he's A plus when he tells Damon to go to the office after those like edits of Maya, A plus. Miss Grell. No one will be as good as Miss Sauvé in my eyes, but Miss Grell's pretty good too. Especially with Maya, she knows how to like get Maya to open up. That's good. And Mr. Yates, disgusting. So, let's jump into it. Okay. So, what was supposed to be in season 12 that I didn't put in there was that Cam, where Maya said Cam laughed his face off at her pageant look, and I'm like, were we looking at the same Cam? So anyway, that was supposed to be in season 12, so now we're on to season 13. They're playing the Whoa California song when they're running into the school. It's like, whoa, the California sounded like whoa. That one. Jenna, so excited that Tristan's coming, was surprising because I know they worked on Romeo and Jules together, but I didn't know they were that close. Tristan, so ready to drop Maya for Zoe, was stupid. Allie and Jenna are good friends for Claire to have. Convincing Claire to do webcam sex was interesting advice. Katie's good at vouching for Maya for a later curfew. I love how Simpson is worried about Drew being in charge of the camp all school and school in the fall. I can't let Zoe go in alone. Bullshit, Tristan. Miles reminds me of someone from my past. Why did Maya bring Zoe and Tristan backstage? Tristan had no point in bringing up Cam and Zig's fight. Why would Zoe blame Maya if it was Miles' fault that they were in trouble because he lied about being with the band? Helen has the worst timing of talking to Claire. Why did Becky think it was okay to ask about Imogen's preference dating-wise? At least Mr. H was able to get everyone to go home. At least Miles gave Maya money to get home. Maya making it sound like she smoked weed was bad. Maya was a little harsh to her mother, like Katie said. Maya's mother was fully in the right in that argument. Imogen was a little much by grabbing onto Adam. At least Claire tries to make jokes. Love Katie's phone call with Maya where Maya hangs up on Katie. Don't you dare hang up. I don't want to be an iguana from Adam and Madison was funny. Imogen is a leader, so cute. Maya should not have gone to Miles' house. Fellow Degrassian, why did we never see him before? I mean, I know why, I was just asking. Claire has to listen to the nurse for her health. Mr. H grabbing Miles away, and the argument was awful, obviously. Poor Chewie, can't be around guys like him. Why now you realize that? Funny, uh-oh, from the kids. Hey guys, I'm Drew and I like dogs. The ask and I appear brings me to tears every time. Happy tears. More on that in the relationships. Maya's mom is one of the best moms as well. Maya bringing her mom flowers was good for her. Apologizing. Learned the flowers thing from Cam. Accusing Imogen of trying to break up your relationship is low, Adam. Imogen and Adam are cute friends. I love Katie and Maya's talk while washing dishes. Her mom letting Maya still go to Paris is good. Finally, Claire listens. I love how supportive Allie was. The prognosis was good because if it wasn't, nothing could tear me away from her. Zoe's awesome. Let's keep it that way. Too much. That was too much. Allie being hit with a pillow by Maya is funny. Jenna and Allie are cute friends. Tristan getting Maya flowers was cute. Am I the only one who does not like Paula? Zoe was a little rude to Allie. Adam going to see Claire was sweet. Eli sending the email was stupid. Uh-oh, what'd I do? That was funny. When Eli said, I am in control. Okay, Claire. Drew going, when Claire is bald was not the right reaction. Claire trying on wigs was funny. She held up the mirror the wrong way unless it is a two-way mirror. At least Miles then started to be nice to Tristan. At least Leo was nice to get Allie's phone back for her. Claire looks good as a blonde. Leo did give Allie a reality check about Paris. Jenna gives good guy advice to Allie about Leo. The E. Claire line was on purpose, Tristan and Miles. I love how Zoe just assumes they're saying Winston is into boys. Claire should not be researching if she does not know the results. Claire pestering the nurse was a little too much. Miles opening up to Tristan was nice. Even Even when Tristan kissed him, he was cool about it. Claire opening up to Drew was good, and he was a good listener. Allie could have asked for a rain check to do her assignment. Drew breaking Claire out of the hospital was cute. Maya's a good friend to Tristan. Madison was sweet to go up to Claire even though she threw up. Jenna and Maya playing guitar together was cute. I wanted to hear a song from them. Claire yelling at Colton for coughing in her face was much. Don't yell at a kid. Allie apologizing to Leo was good for her to do. Seeing how Eli cares is so sweet. Good news for Claire. Seeing her mom cry, happiness tears is sweet. We finally see more emotion from Helen. How can Becky forget about a FaceTime date when they've been doing it nightly? Great advice, Drew. I think that is the guy stealing your girlfriend. Chewy knowing what Maya was thinking was cute. The pillory thing. Adam should put his phone down when with children. I had a job and I stayed off my phone at work. Why would Adam ask Colton a question about a picture of his girlfriend? Inappropriate. Jenna, Claire, and Allie are cute. Zoe, strap on a chastity belt. Allie, got one. The way she threw it around on Zoe was great. Adam, Drew had to tell Simpson. Adam should have talked to Becky instead of stressed. I mean, I would never take pics like that with other guys when in a relationship. Maya working overtime with Tristan to make him happy is so sad that he's not trying. Imogen was right to tell Adam to talk to Becky. Just because Imogen ended does not mean your relationship will, Adam. Imogen was right to say logging into Becky's account was bad. Did Adam really think Becky would not get an alert that someone accessed her account and he knows her password? Imogen is good at cheering people up. Tristan should not have gotten in trouble when Maya poured the bucket. Maya should not have yelled to Miles about Tristan's secret for not coming to class. Look what you did, Maya to Miles. You mean what you did, Maya? I love how Imogen is the only one not helping write the message because she knows it's wrong. Tristan not signing the best friend package is such a diva move. Connor is so sweet for remembering everything. Allie is moving too fast with Leo. Becky was right to yell at Adam. I said you should have talked to her, Adam. Miles and Winston fighting with towels was odd. Last thing I need is a guy like him. Why did you date him then? Dallas being scared of bears is cute. Allie should have had a conversation about everything to Jenna. Would not explain, so Jenna would not explode in class like she did. Imogen doing the song was cute. Drew being the officiant of the wedding was funny. Winston was right to tell Maya that they need help to find Tristan. Jenna and Allie are good friends. Winston is so sweet to try to stand up for Maya when she's asking for help to find Tristan. The guy feeding Jenna is creepy. The pointed look with the words angry letter was perfect. Maya is not a terrible friend. Tristan is the terrible friend. Miles was good to say apologize, but should have said that to Tristan. Don't say I never did anything for you. Great line from Miles. Drew catching Imogen and Adam is funny. Tristan is too dramatic when it comes to Miles. Tristan is awful this season. Allie is a good friend helping Jenna and Connor. Drew should not have kept more of an eye on Adam and helped him fully talk out his feelings. Jenna has great guy advice. Poor Audra and Drew. Claire was good at giving Allie advice as well. Audra knowing how much Drew cares is sweet. I can never really trust Tristan this season. Imogen sees Drew needs a distraction and gives it to him. Leo's grandparents are so sweet. Zoe pouring her drink on Maya was unnecessary. Miles looking at Zoe unamused was great. Jenna was right to say him moving to Toronto was too fast. Zoe should get over herself when it comes to Miles. At least Tristan is looking out for Maya on the bus. Jenna going into protective mode was amazing. The realization on Drew and Dallas's face is heartbreaking. At least there were so many people to say goodbye. It's what you believe, isn't it? Dallas has a good point. At least Becky apologized even though she didn't need to. Drew should not blame Becky. It is nobody's fault when these things happen. Jenna and Allie were sweet to comfort Becky. Seeing Mo and Fiona's messages to Adam makes me tear up. Claire and Eli were the best people to make a memorial video. Love to see Dave there at the house with Drew. Eli was good to tell Claire it's okay to be happy. Bianca is so sweet to be there for Drew. Jenna, Allie, and Connor were sweet to help Becky. Everyone coming makes me emotional, especially when Bianca hugs Becky and apologizes. Everyone sharing memories is sweet. Jenna and Allie excited for Claire was sweet. I love how they played Eli and Claire's video. I think Drew watching the video helped him. Every time it slowed down on someone watching, I got teary-eyed all over again, seeing all the reactions. I'm glad Dallas is there to help Drew. I think it was good for Drew to talk to the chair. If you don't get another concussion. Funny line. Becky and Drew talking was good. The bonfire helped everyone. It wasn't anyone's, Becky. That's what I said when he's like, it's not your fault. She's like, it wasn't anyone's. I'm like, that's what I was saying at the beginning of the episode. That's what I said at the beginning of the episode. All the OGs before Drew is nice to see. It's good to see Drew taking president responsibility seriously. Poor Imogen saying fun summer. I love that there was a picture of Drew and Bianca on the slideshow. Again, I love Drew's speeches for everyone. Dallas going to help Drew is good after fainting. Jenna and Claire teasing Allie is great. Simpson hyping Zoe up is great. Consuelo Rivas told her she was supposed to make friends, one thing she did right. Zoe should have felt better when she found out Simpson already knew of her. Maya and Tristan back in the swing of things. Zoe could have listened to Mr. Perino. Poor Drew can't sleep. Jenna and Claire are good to tease Allie, good friends. Allie really pulled out all the punches talking about all the skeletons in Eli and Connor's closets. Drew got sleep. Yay! Spilling coffee on a teacher equals expulsion? I didn't understand that. Consuelo gave Zoe a much-needed reality check of no job, you need to be in school. She is such a toxic mother. You should still be on West Drive, but you got yourself kicked off, so make this work, essentially. Dallas is a good friend to tell Drew what happened. At least Zoe tried to be nice. Miles was too harsh. At least Maya gave her a little smile. Leo says all the red signs affix me. I should know. I dated a guy like him. I love Claire slamming the board down in front of one of the girls. Drew should tell the doctor that people have told him that he has side effects from the meds. Frankie said her lines really fast and it seemed weird. Who's your date? Is it Miles? Please don't tell me you took my stupid older brother back. Spill, who is it? Like, just the way she said all that. I agree with Claire. Allie and Jenna needed to talk. Claire had a good idea of inviting Leo to the dance. She still needs to meet him. Drew was too rude to Zoe. Dallas was nice to help Drew split the work and by giving me that damn ball. Funny Dallas line. Zig tries to act all big and tough even though he's not. I bet you do, but I'm not talking about herpes. I love that line. Love how they start the Whisper Hugs song when Drew is looking for music. Chewie is so sweet. I knew Becky was joking when she said music was the devil's noise. At least Leo went to help Dallas. How did Zoe know where Drew lived? At least some music is playing. Jenna was a little harsh with don't lose your temper. Leo asking Claire to dance was cute. Leo is a great dancer. Funny how Leo gets everyone to start dancing. Drew hallucinating Claire was a lot. Drew's getting naked. Leo's face during the whole thing is funny because he doesn't know him. Maya acting like she doesn't know Zig is stupid. Maya acting like she doesn't know Zig is stupid, and that's what I meant. Like, she should have at least told Zig she didn't want to get together, but, you know. At least Maya tries to make it up to Zoe, telling her about Katie and becoming friends. Claire going to check on Drew shows she's a good person, like putting a blanket over him. Drew laying on Claire was funny. Allie's a good friend to talk Claire up before her interview. Claire throwing a magazine at Drew was funny. Tristan trying out for basketball was interesting. He was surprisingly good. Drew had good advice for Claire to check with her doctor before doing anything big like this. Too bad Tristan didn't know it was a party. Imogen being excited about Degrassi TV was cute. Claire should know to have a backup plan. Drew's face during Winston's audition was funny. Becky's audition was so good. I'm sorry, when? Allie, funny line. Honestly, Claire should have just written all the facts she had. Imogen picking Winston was wrong since she knew Becky was better, but somehow it worked. Zoe should know lying will bite her in the ass. Miles opening up to Tristan was a good idea. How did Zoe get over to them so quickly? 1 second she was 5 feet away and then right up next to Tristan and Maya. Maya had the best reaction when West Drive was mentioned going, ugh. Imogen was being so sweet to Becky. Tristan giving Miles fake steroids is great. Character. Allie is trying to be nice, but she knows the article is good, but not good to lie or fabricate. Tristan should have stopped even if it was fake roids. Imogen finding a job for Becky was sweet. Becky should know Imogen is hurting too. Claire should not jump to conclusions. Claire should listen to the doctors. So this is where we have to go 13 on. So here we go. And her doing yoga was good. So, focusing more on her music than Miles, Maya let Zoe talk her into making a sexy music video, which first of all, are us fully trusting Zoe is something that necessarily I don't think should have been happening because, you just became friends with her. When Dallas starts making a habit of really irresponsible behavior, Drew gets concerned that his friend is depressed. Yes. And, Drew is really trying to help Dallas, and the whole thing when he finds out that Luke is the captain, he knows Dallas must have been hurting, and there's all of that going on. After learning who's behind the backlash, Maya is hell-bent on revenge, but it lands her in hot water. I do think that if Maya wanted to press charges, she could have, but I think Zoe in the principal's office going, "Oh, I'm really sorry," and then Maya's like, "And here's where she thanks the academy." That was really funny. But yeah, so... but I think her revenge was great. Miles giving her that advice is maybe ill, whatever, but I loved it. Hiding her bruise under makeup, Allie tries to focus on her SATs and bury her problems with Leo, which there's a lot going on. I'm obviously not going to mention my thoughts on TV because that's not right. And, it's not always easy to notice, so I'm not even blaming her friends, but, that was really hard for Allie to go through. Tension arises between Winston and Drew after a skate piece is aired on Degrassi TV, and I do think that Winston shouldn't have just fully made a skate piece. Maybe he should have tried to talk to Drew more about, what his plans were. Meanwhile, in class, Tristan questions an offer from Zoe as a way to get back at Maya. So, Tristan is stuck between two friends, and I know what that feels like, and that sucks. But he should have brought them together and tried to have them bury the hatchet earlier. Also, Claire is excited about Eli's return, but her happiness is short-lived, however, when Eli has some news of his own. Yes. And I do feel like this is why I don't like Lenore. I don't know why Eli decided to do this. That was really big a drop in his character, because he does have good character. And the fact that he made this mistake was very bad on his part. In the fall finale, Drew is ecstatic over Bianca's return for Thanksgiving, but when they reunite, she breaks up with him, which obviously didn't make sense. I even have a cameo from Luke Billick saying it didn't make sense. Drew convinces her to pretend to be his fiancé at the family feast event at school to make his mother happy, but also to show Bianca that he's changed. His plan fails. I feel like Bianca should have stayed with him, because who cares what your college friends think? Again, who cares what your college friends think about your relationship? As long as you know it's solid, that's all that matters. Meanwhile, Tristan is performing a skit with Zoe at the family feast, but Maya wants him to sabotage it. Tristan eventually gets Maya and Zoe to call a truce, if only for him. And I'm glad that he got that truce called, and of course he's not going to ruin his performance. It's also his performance, Maya. Also, Claire's upset over Eli's betrayal, and in a spur of emotions, kisses Drew. Which obviously wasn't the best choice, but when you are in a spur of emotions, sometimes you do. When Eli shows up at the family feast, Claire forgives him, but is still torn about her kiss with Drew, which, yes, she wanted to forgive Eli, good, but, there's a lot that goes into that. It's Allie's big 18th, but all she can think about is Leo being sent back to France, which, obviously, it's a travesty, but sometimes that does happen. That doesn't mean you get married to keep them there. Maya returns from suspension, only to find she'll be stuck in a new class with a former friend. Drew is working with a mayoral candidate. So Maya returns from suspension, only to find out that she's with Zig, and Zig is being too heartless to Maya. Maya is being too heartless to Zig. Leo is awful to Allie, and Drew is working for a douchebag. Got it? Got it. Good. Allie is still lying to protect Leo, but her stories are beginning to unravel. I understand why, but I'm so mad at Leo. I hate seeing Allie in pain. Maya shows her rubber room classmates that she isn't a princess, which, okay, good. And Drew needs someone to help him prep for an important interview. Why didn't he ask Dallas? I don't know. But my whole thing is, with this whole thing, Jenna and Claire in the bathroom talking to Allie is amazing. It's like, we love you. Amazing. Drew attempts juggling his new job and his new girl. Well, gotta be careful who you decide to date. To forget about Leo, Allie focuses on her science experiment, which is good because, she needs to, throw herself into something. After getting thrown out of class for forgetting to wear a bra, Imogen plans a skating piece for Degrassi TV, which I totally agree with, that the dress code, even in schools, is so stupid. Like spaghetti straps because the boys can't control themselves. Okay. 20. And this is the last of the first part. Drew decides he has to break up with Zoe, which sometimes that happens. Allie partners up with Dallas in an attempt to stay focused on her science experiment, which is good because he's actually trying to help her. Imogen takes her dress code fight online. And I like that. So, anyway, that's the end of part 1, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!